going on, guys? It's your boy the Markham Knight here. Today's video is going to be all about the McFarlane Superman, and this is Superman with his Unchained armor. So for those of you, let me just go into a little bit of detail here. For those of you who don't know this figure, it's kind of an obscure one because it did only come in literally one issue in entire comics history, and that was from Superman Unchained. And this was actually a really cool armor that we didn't really get to see too much of. Just a little bit of backstory for it. Essentially, Lois Lane's father, General Sam Lane, who does work for the military, he's trying to take Superman down, so they go to his Fortress of Solitude, and they apparently have weapons that can actually hurt Superman. So Superman dons this cool armor, and he actually does come out with the battle axe and stuff like that also, but you don't get that in this. This is basically all it comes with, besides a stand for his feet. But let me just go into a little bit of the articulation. This figure is really cool. It's one of the few Superman armor actual stuff that look really good in the actual comic books. So I'm going to jump into a little bit of the details here, and then we can go from there. As you can see, he kind of has like a Power Rangers helmet thing going on here. It does look very cool, and it is sculpted very well. Before I get into the articulation, let me just show you kind of the armor. It does look really cool. It has kind of an Iron Man look to the design. If you can see, like, those boots look really cool. They've been designed really well. And as you can see, this over here does open up. So you can kind of get him into this weird kind of flight pose, which is also pretty cool. I personally prefer it to look more like a cape for him, even though it is not necessarily a cape. In no point in the comic book or with this toy actually by itself is it an actual cape, but you could kind of use it as a cape the way it looks there, and it looks pretty cool. So let's jump into the articulation here. You can start with his head. Obviously, he doesn't get much far up because he has everything in his armor hindering him. He doesn't get that much far down, but that's about as far as it goes. So that's his range of motion up and down. He does have tilting, and then he does also have side to side. It is on a ball joint. For his arms, you do have a butterfly joint, so it gets out about that far. You would be able to do a 360, but I don't really want to take this off right now. We do have a bicep swivel right over here. We have a single joint at the elbow right there, and then we do have some rotation at the wrists. That's about as much as you get over there. For the torso, it is also on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of movement right over there. It gets you about that high up, that far down, not too much over there, but he also has an ab crunch at the actual hip. That's also on another ball joint, so that's pretty good there. For his legs, he gets up pretty high. He can kick pretty high over here. And then he can get back just about that. He actually can rotate his legs almost all the way around, which is pretty cool. Not that you would necessarily need him to. Like I said, he's not really doing too much damage. Let me just get this back in his back over here. But he's not necessarily doing too much damage in terms of his martial arts abilities, although Superman does know some martial arts and stuff like that, which is evident in the actual Unchained series, as he does use it on the bad guy in that, named Wraith. Let's just get him standing nice and tall so that we can do a size comparison for him. Okay guys, so let's get started with the size comparison here. First thing we want to do is measure Superman out. So as you can see, he stands over 7.5 inches. He's almost close to the 8-inch mark. So he is pretty tall. So ideally what I would like to do is size him up with other armored figures and other big sized figures. So the first guy I want to get in next to him is Armored Batman, and this is Batman in his Hellbat suit. As you can see, he scales really well. He's maybe Superman's height, maybe just a little bit taller, but he scales perfectly with this Superman from the Unchained. He does scale with him really well. Let me just get Superman standing a little more straight side by side so you can see them. That's pretty cool. And then you can also get another big bulky figure next to them, which fits in line with him as well, and that is not necessarily Doomsday, but Devastator. And as you can see, he stands about the same height as well, and he's also massive in size. And it is really cool to see all these guys in the same size, in the same scale. Now these are your McFarlane figures, so they do scale really well with Superman, of course, but you can also remove Hellbat Batman and you could put in another armored figure, and this right here is my armored Lex Luthor. and I'm gonna get him in next to you. And obviously he does tower a little bit higher than Superman over here. I'm just gonna put him right over there, but he does fit in really, really well with him. Superman and Lex look awesome together. Like I said, they fit perfectly with any of the armored figures, with any of the bulky figures. Now I am gonna remove Devastator here, and I'm gonna bring in another Doomsday figure, which I did do a review for, so check that one out if you have not seen it. But he is massive, so massive he does not even fit on camera there. So I'm just gonna back him up a little bit. Let's put him back here, and let's see if I can back this up just a little to fit Doomsday in. So obviously guys, like I said, Doomsday is significantly larger than everybody here. Just to get you a size comparison for how big Doomsday really is, let's put these guys back there with him. And that's how they look together. They do look really, really cool. So, like I said, you can size Superman up in his Unchained armor with these other armored figures, with these other bulky figures. In terms of height and everything, he does look really, really good with them. I am going to pose him a little bit with some of these guys over here, but guys, this is a really cool Superman figure. Let's just bring him back to the front. Let's talk about him just a little bit more, and let's remove these guys out of here. So like I said guys, Superman in his Unchained armor looks really, really cool. He's done really, really well. McFarlane definitely, even though this is one of the earlier figures over here, it is done really, really well. It is sculpted very well. I love the metallic looking paint on it. He does kind of look like Superman in an Iron Man armor, and I am very, very impressed with this one. This is one of my more favorite figures from the McFarlane line, and anything else they do according to this line and with armor and stuff like that, like, I do really like him next to Hellbat Batman more than anybody else in here. And I love these guys together. I will be doing a review for Batman at some point in the future, but I love these two figures together. I love this Superman figure. They look really, really cool together. They fit really well and scale together. Anyways, guys, I don't know if you're as impressed as I am, but tell me what you think.
This is the Markham Knight, and I need you to like, comment, and subscribe.